Mic check, 1, 2, 3. Mic check, 1, 2, 3. All right, we're good. What's up, guys? Welcome back. My name is Sean, if you guys don't know me. And yeah, like this video title, we're gonna be talking about 5 things I learned in college that doesn't involve academics, that doesn't involve class. So yeah, I actually wrote down 5 things. I've been thinking a lot, just reflecting. All right, so listen, I'm gonna read you the first 5 minutes of the video, the start of the video, because I realized that I can't talk to a camera at all. Like every 3 seconds, I always say, so I think I'm just gonna redo the first 5 minutes. But yeah, like I said, my name is Sean. I just graduated college. I'm 22 years old. And like this video says, this video is gonna be the top 5 things I learned in college that does not involve academics, school, or anything, class related. Yeah. See, I did it again. Oh my gosh. Oh, shoot. What was I gonna say? I'll figure it out. Okay, so I was gonna say that, college is 4 years long, and 4 years is a lot of time, and it is a lot of time to think and mature as a person. And this is what I kind of boiled it down to, these 5 things. Obviously, there are other things that I kind of learned about during the 4 years as I went, but these are the main 5 things I learned about in college that I still want to apply to post-grad as well as the rest of my life. So here we go. Number 1. So number 1, you cannot add more days to your life, but you could add more life to your days. So like I said earlier, college made me realize how fast time actually moves. 4 years sounds like a lot until you actually finish it. And I know this is going to be for when I turn 26. I'm going to turn 26 pretty quick. In the next 4 years, I'm 22. But the lesson is that time just doesn't move fast. The lesson is you get to choose how you spend that time. And you're in college, like you have responsibilities, you have school, you have class, you have to study for tests, you have family, you have friends, you have to hang out, you have pressures, you have all these expectations, or you have a club that you got to do and you feel obligated to do these type of things. But ultimately that time is still yours to steward. So nobody can fully live your life for you. Nobody can choose your days for you, and nobody can decide what you give your energy except for you. So the question becomes, which I try to live by, is, am I spending my time wisely? Am I spending it with the people I love and creating memories? Am I building the things that matters? 4, is it creating memories? 5, is it building someone that I respect? So the habits that you do, and just like how you spend your days and how you kind of structure your 4 years, like that's what 365 times 4. I don't know at the top of my head, but it's a lot of days. But make sure, just understand the habits that you're creating and understand the person that you are becoming, so that once you graduate, you become the person that you respect internally. But also, I think in another meaning, this kind of means to live life, like do stuff. Like I'm an adrenaline junkie, so I like to climb bridges, go cliff jumping. Me and my friends used to go on, so I go to school in Binghamton, and I live down near Bergen County. But just going down, 2.5 hour drive, get Korean food, do karaoke, go to the city, come back up all on the same night. Just like do spontaneous stuff like that. Like college is the only time where you're gonna have opportunities to do that, so free. And it's just live life and just take full advantage of it. But at the same time, focus on your grades, focus on your friends, focus on your clubs, build network, like make sure you do all that. But ultimately, how you spend your time is up to you. So spend it wisely. Number 2, there's a difference between being all in and being all consumed. So the difference between those two things means all in means you care deeply. There's passion, discipline, and sacrifice with that, and you're putting your time, sweat, and tears into this one thing. And for me, that was running, that was triathlon, that was keeping my fitness alive. And being all consumed is being so all in on that one thing you're chasing that it owns you. And this actually happened to me. There were a couple times where I would be training, like running, biking, and swimming, or lifting, and there would be one bad session. I wouldn't hit my splits, or I just feel like absolute poop, and that would be linked to my self-worth, and my mood would be determined by that, and that affected me, but also affected other people, affected my social circle, affected my club, affected, you know, my grades, and it just and also affects how present you are in the moment. This sunset is beating. This is crazy. Yo, look at this, bro. Take a second to kind of like, wow, God made a beautiful world. Yeah, it's kind of making my face like orange and stuff, so it's cool. All right, sorry. Sorry. But yeah, I think just be careful if you're super passionate and you're super ambitious about something. Make sure you check your heart, make sure you check your mind about how what your mindset is. Like, don't be all consumed. Don't let it affect other people. Don't let it affect you. Like, yes, you're working towards something. Yes, you're passionate and you want to achieve this, but it can't be your whole life. If you make it your whole life, you basically are not in the moment. And that's something that I really learned, and I really am still learning to do, and learn to appreciate life as it is, and just being more present. Yeah, the one example of my life is Ironman 70.3 Muscle Man, which I did in July of 2025. I cannot stop looking at the sunset. So beautiful. All right, sorry. So yeah, I basically failed that race. I didn't make the swim cutoff time, and ultimately, like, that killed me, because I put in a 20-week prep, 5-month prep, and I told everyone about it. I was like, yo, I'm doing this race, and I failed it. And when I failed it, it made me feel like a failure, and I felt so ashamed, and there were a lot of things attached to that race with my identity and my self-worth, and I'm just like, I'm so worthless. Like, I can't even do I can't even do and achieve the things that I said I was gonna do, and that just killed me. But what I realized a little bit after that race is that one race, just because one race doesn't go how I wanted, doesn't mean that's who I am. Who I am is the training that I did, and just that's the person, and that created and shaped the person that I am. And because that's the training is what I built. So all in all, being consumed says, if I fail, I'm a failure. However, being all in says, even if I fail, I'm still becoming the person that I want. And that's more so like, don't chase the results. Like, there was a quote, I don't know where I got it from, but the man who loves walking will go farther than the man who loves the destination. So I kind of live by that. I'm trying to live by that. I'm not perfect. I'm just saying this is what I learned. I'm still learning this. We're at 8 minutes. We got to pick it up. Number 3, humans are meant to create, not just consume. And okay, first of all, I'm not saying that consuming is a bad thing. Consuming is actually, it's a restful thing. It's a really good thing. And I think it's fine to scroll and reset and kind of use it as rest and laugh. But it does become your problem when it becomes your entire life. And when you do consume, when you scroll, you watch, you compare yourself to other people, you're basically living in worlds that other people have built, and you're not giving yourself a chance to create a world yourself. So what does creating mean? Creating, it can be training. It could be creating or sculpting your body. It increases your self-worth, your confidence, just like perfecting your craft. Another one could be journaling, clarity from your own thoughts, reading, creating perspective, and just like manipulating the different perspectives of life and different lenses of life. Being alone, having introspectiveness, and just like learning to process your own thoughts, and just like learning who you are more. Real convo with people, get insights, creating videos. Basically, I'm a very big, I guess, creative thinker and very emotional, and there's a lot of like thoughts and feelings that are in my head that I just want to turn into form. So that could be a form of creating, right? Creating into form. But basically what I'm trying to say is create your world. Don't live in other people's worlds only. Paint your painting, and don't let others paint the world for you. So pick up that brush, start something. I think that's very important. And like, again, I'm still trying to do that now. Yeah, number 4, this more so kind of correlates with me feeling right now, but it could also correlate to people who are still in school or about to go to school, school meaning college. But yeah, feeling lost doesn't mean you're feeling lost doesn't mean you're failing. And so yeah, for me specifically, after graduation, which is now, there's not really a next step. So like school, middle school, elementary school, high school, always gave you structure of, routine, and, you go to school at 7, you come out at 2. In college, like, you have 2 or 3 classes a day, and, there's deadlines for stuff, and, and grades ultimately told you if you were doing well or not, and it was a measure of success. But now that I graduated, there is no kind of guideline to help me with that. But I think that's okay. I think just like figuring that out for yourself, feeling lost is okay. And I think what I realized is, feeling lost means that you finally have enough space and time within yourself to feel what has been brewing inside you this whole time. So, if you have passion about something, if you have, if you feel this potential, if you feel this unexplainable urge to be something greater than you are, I think that's powerful. I just want to take this time to, oh my goodness, I'm gonna show you the sunset again. It's beautiful. Yeah, so pink. Okay. Yeah, so I just want to take my time to thank my parents, thank my dad and my mom for, putting me in a position where I don't have to worry about any finances, and, I don't have to worry about putting food on the table. I don't have to worry about, paying my tuition. Like, I'm living such a comfortable life, and I'm so privileged to be living like this. And therefore, like, my utmost thanks for giving me this foundation that I could build off of. And I think it'll be a disgrace to just be lazy and just not build anything. So I think I have this like potential, like I have this feeling of becoming something that I can be something greater. So I think, I'm trying to still explore that within myself. So I think potential is a tension between who you are now and who you could become. And so, yeah, I don't know where I was going with this, but I think there is a step. I know there's a step outside of college, and it's not as concrete as like school, like moving up the grade levels. I know it's a little bit more abstract. It's not clear. But I think stepping out of college means just like finding my own path, like for real, for the first time, like what I truly want to do in this life for the first time. That leads me to the last thing I learned, not last but not least thing I learned about being in college that doesn't have to revolve around class, is the difference in potential and being in the process. So potential, what is potential? Potential is the vision or the feeling you have, the thought of what you can be, what you can create, what kind of life you could build, and what kind of person you could become. Being in the process, however, is actually doing something with that passion. It's the execution phase, if you would call it. So that could be, training, turning ideas into written plans and actually executing and recording and making these videos and doing that, creating instead of consuming, like I talked about earlier. And when you create something, it's not a guarantee that it'll be successful in the first time you do it. So learning to fail and then return, and to, be resilient and bounce back. And basically, like, how I kind of explain it was a fish. Like world building, like taking a piece of your brain. See that ripple? Yeah, taking a piece of your brain and just like slicing it and splattering it everywhere for people to see. So there is only a world that you understand, that you know and understand. That's only you, and your job in this world, or I think this is what I've kind of figured out. Your job is to take that piece, no matter how big or small the idea is, and make sure everyone knows what it is. I think that's what it means to create. And I think there's 3 different types of people with this potential and being in the process. There's people with no passion, number 1. they're just moving through life mindlessly and chasing something they never really chose. So they might be in school and they might be doing something, yes, but in the internal process of it, they're not really understanding why they're doing it in the first place. Number two is people who are passionate but do nothing about it. They have ideas, they have, what does that say, dreams, visions, but they keep waiting for the perfect time, the perfect conditions, waiting for them to be more confident, having more resources, or having permission. That's the second type of people. And there's a third type of people, which I'm trying to, strive for, is people who have passion and enter the process. They turn a feeling into something that has form and tangible. They turn something invisible to visible. And like I said, that's something that someone I want to be, and something that I want to strive for. But yeah, those are the kind of the 5 things that kind of learned while I was in college. There are definitely a lot of other things that I've learned, but those are the 5 main things that I've been thinking about a lot, and that I want to carry into for the next year, as well as just wherever life leads me. But yeah, that's it for this video. Sorry for being it so long. The sunset has gone away. It's cool though, still pretty. But yeah, I'm about to head back. I'm about to I'm about to edit this video, about to post it. Hopefully this was some type of help to you. Comment down below if you're just entering college, in college, or graduated, and if you want to connect, comment down below and we could talk. I'm more than willing to talk, and if you enjoy this video, leave a thumbs up, comment, subscribe. Yeah, have a good one. Peace.